So our youth group got back on Friday night from Denver. We spent the week serving with YouthWorks, and we did all kinds of different things, from working in food pantries and thrift stores and care centers, and we just had some great experiences, met some great people, and all these youth had some wonderful life-changing experiences, so I'm going to let them share their experience.
Hi, I'm Kira Geiki, and the theme of this year was storyline. And at YouthWorks, when there were so many different ways we learned about storyline. For instance, we learned about how to make our full story, get the full picture, don't just get the details, and also that God has a bigger plan for us all, and that even small little gifts make a big difference in this world.
Hi, I'm Sage Wright, and this was like my third mission trip, and I was expecting the same thing, go make a difference in someone's life, make connections, but this year was really different. I really learned through the YouthWorks staff that we're not bringing God to the community. God's already in that community. It's coming to us, and it's an amazing trip because you get to deeply connect with God and learn about that community and like how, a lot of the homeless people, they have a rough life, but it's kind of what they're used to, and there's some really amazing people that I got to meet on this trip that I learned a lot about myself, and I learned about how we often judge people on our first time meeting them, we judge them and we make these harsh assumptions about them. But if you really just get to know people and learn their story and learn the deeper meaning about their life, you can make some great relationships.
Hi, I'm Tanner Warren. This was my first mission trip, and I'm going to tell you a little about a couple things that we did. We're split up into two groups. Me and Sage were in a group with some other people, and then the rest were in a group together. And me and Sage, we went to a thrift store called the Ark, and the Ark gets about 50 to 80,000 donations a day through one store. And every week they put different colored tags on their stuff, and every 4 weeks they have to pull all of their clothes off that have been on their shelves for 4 weeks. And they keep 98% of their clothes out of landfills, and so they compact all of their clothes together and send them to Africa and Afghanistan and the Middle East, and send them out to those places so that they can help.
Hi, I'm Hannah Larson, and this was my fourth mission trip with YouthWorks, and so the place that probably impacted me the most was the food bank of the Rockies, where me and my team were. And we got one of the things we did was sort through all of the bread and some of the produce, and just seeing how much of it had gone bad, but we knew that if we cleared that out, we could help so many more people get the nutrients they needed and send them off to food distributors that could give them front line to everyone else. And volunteers are the heart and soul of those places, because without the volunteers, they wouldn't be able to get anything done.
Hi, I'm Isabel Larson. So throughout the week, we were broken down into groups, as Tanner said, and so some of the groups we all had jobs every day, so it was either making breakfast or cleaning up the building or something like that. And so we would start our day by having breakfast and making our lunch and going to our sites, and then after we got back, we would go to a rec center so we could clean off and everything, and we would come back and we'd eat, and we'd have a evening activity. So our first night we got to go to downtown Denver, and we got to see what it was like in the heart of where we were. And the last night we got to go to Lookout Mountain and be in God's world without it being touched by people. And so we just got to see behind the scenes of YouthWorks and the front lines of what groups were doing for the community and with the community.
I'm Layla Flesvig. This was my first mission trip, and one of the places that my group went to was the David Clifton Ministries. It was basically a food and clothing distributor to the less fortunate. And basically, we just went there. We kind of organized stuff. We cleaned up their areas and, like, you know, helped around and made sure that everything was good and fun.
Hi, I'm Chester Larson. This is my first mission trip, and one of the places we also went to was Cambridge Care Center. It was pretty much a rehabilitation center for people from the ages 27 to 97. There were people there who had mental problems, behavioral problems, and sometimes physical. And the first day we were there, we kind of just played some games and did stuff with the people there. The next time we came, though, they were having an event called Birthday Thursday, where they celebrated everybody's birthday in that month, and we did karaoke, we sang Reckless Love, and we had some fun with the people there, and yeah.
My name's Tom Hartnett. I was the designated driver for this group. I want to personally thank Rochelle for good person to work for. So she was my boss while we were there. Great group of kids. They were amazing. They represented your church and Casper very, very well. They physically worked hard, like at the food bank we were doing, 50, 60, 70-pound bags of carrots and potatoes and onions and stuff like that. They're all rock stars. They did well. The Thursday night was the final night together collectively as a group, I guess, with activities. And every church went together, their own churches collectively together. And just like Christ washed his disciples' feet on that last night before he was crucified, we got to experience that. Our YouthWorks leaders washed the leaders' feet and then prayed over us. And then we in turn did our kids. And prayed over the kids, which was an emotional thing. So be proud of your kids, and I appreciate all the support that we got from the church, whether it was financial or prayers or anything. We did a lot of good work, and be proud of these kids.